Hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am the AYoN.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi-New.
And I'm NV Jitters.
And we're finally here. It's over, sort of, not really. Magia record. Let's talk about Magia record a little bit. So we were trying to watch this as it was coming out, but like life kind of gets in the way of the things that we want to do a lot of times. So we ended up having to do all of this at the end. So this is episodes 5 through 8. It's the second half of the second season, air quotes, and we're going to be waiting on the 5 episodes of the air quotes third season, which it's just weird how they split it all up. I know I ask this all the time. Envy, do you have any updates on when that might be coming out? You're the one in the know.
No, they just said December, so...
Okay, well, December is a month, and that is a little more definite than TBD, I guess, so... Yeah. Speaking of things that are happening now, I mean, it's spooky month. I think it's been spooky month for, 2 days now, so... we said last time that we were going to be watching Scooby-Doo movies, and we watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. And if you're wondering why that is, it's very simple. It was made by Mook Studios, which is or Mook Animation, something. They're Mook, and they are an animation studio in Japan, which makes those 4 Scooby-Doo movies technically anime. It's late. My words are not working, so let's get to it before I shut down completely. Episodes 5 through 8. This is the entire second half of the season for this. And I think we were talking before, a lot of the first half of the season was a whole lot of setup, tying up loose ends from the first season of Magia Record and kind of setting up our overall conflict for this and presumably the next season. And then it just sort of turned into a big battle at an amusement park hotel for these 4 episodes. I mean, we found out the large goal of the Magius making a giant moth monster to fight Walpurgis Nacht and eat Walpurgis Nacht. The ultimate end goal there does not seem very clear to me, that they were talking about making Uwasas all over the world and making the Doppel system a worldwide thing, which I guess could save magical girls if all magical girls turn into Doppels instead of witches, but I still have a feeling like these Doppels are going to be irreversible at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have their witch factory has been not just making grief seeds, but it's also feeding the giant moth witch, which I think is where we're getting a lot of our motifs for their costumes and stuff. Yeah. And then it's just fighting your friends, mostly, because there's we've had some divisions going on between a lot of the people. A lot of our magical girl teams. Mammy's on their side. The greatest magical girl of all time is on their side. And bad shit's going down. That being said, everyone hooked up. Both teams came together. We got 2 Madokas in this episode, basically, among a whole lot of other players. And it's a whole lot of fighting and a whole lot of, people dealing with their shit, as, Madoka always is. They end up fighting the Uwasa fused... God, her name just left me. Greatest magical girl of all time. What's her name?
Tsuruno.
Tsuruno, okay. And, of course, Uwasa infused Mammy as well. So, one is I'm gonna call her Glitch Monica and Queen Mammy for this, because, that's really the motifs they're going with here. Their fights were cool, and they're trying to figure out, they're figuring out how to get them to not be monsters anymore. And they had to talk with the, what's-her-face, white-haired lady, she modifies people. Her magical power is making other people more powerful. And she's like, yeah, sure, you can...
Coordinator?
Yeah, the coordinator, that's it. Yeah, her, that lady. She looks like she's from Ruby or something. Yeah, she tells them, hey, just do hey, you know that thing you do to combine powers with people? Just do that, but, hit them.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that thing that, is kind of the whole point of the game that we're based on? Just do that. So yeah, they fight, it doesn't work. They have to connect on a much deeper level with these people, so we get Tsuruno's backstory about how she blames herself for one of their friends dying, and how she pushed herself to constantly be the greatest and smile all the time, and like putting up a front even though she's like dying inside. Which I feel like is something like a number of different characters can relate to in this series as a whole.
Oh, Madoka? Really? You don't say.
Yeah, I do say. I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit, like, well, at least, yeah, I think we talked about this with the original Madoka series when we talked about it. Like a lot of the characters are kind of just different. Everyone's dealing with like existential nihilism in their own way, and they're like each trying to like overcome it in a way, and I think this is her version of that. Yeah, but big battles, big fights, eventually everything works out, and they save them from themselves. There was like a really weird, like kind of, they just smashed Surino, and like she put herself back together all creepy puppet like, and that's why I'm calling her Glitch Madoka a little bit, or Glitch Monica. But yeah, they get their friends back, and they shut down the signal beacon or whatever was at the top of that hotel that was attracting all the witches, including Walpurgisnacht. And Walpurgisnacht has gone back to Matikihara City, and so is the away team, and is now going back to their hometown, Matikihara, and we get like a shot of Homura who's like, oh, we shouldn't. But she does.
Something tells me we're not going to see them for the rest of the series. I feel like this was their only appearance in this show.
I feel like you're right, because they're literally going to go die now. Like, we know what's happening next on their end. But we don't know what's happening next with everybody else's end, because there's a big reveal at the end when What's-Her-Face stopped time for two people and revealed that the baby QB that we've been wondering about is actually another Uwasa. It's not even a real QB. So that's a lot to unpack. What did we think? What did we think about these?
I mean, the action was cool. I liked. I mean, yeah, obviously it's fan service, but I still liked the money shots when like the new cast and the original cast were fighting together. Especially, the moments where Iroha and Madoka are side by side.
They made a super crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, I know when I was watching these weekly, I know a lot of people didn't like episode 6 because they felt like it was animated badly. I didn't notice it too much, but there was a lot of people that thought that it was rushed, and that's why a lot of the episodes got delayed, including the finale, because I feel like Shaft was having production issues again. So I feel like the last 2 episodes kind of did a little bit better, I guess, animation-wise.
I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. Like, a week delay is not that much.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, like, for the quality of the animation that we've gotten, they've been keeping up pretty well. I mean, I've had my complaints about, like, why are they splitting up seasons? Why are they doing this? There was a recap episode they also threw in, which I don't know that we needed. I'm guessing they threw that in. It was like a clip show.
Well, that's what they put in for the delay. They had to put in something, so just...
I guess so. I'm not a fan of clip shows. I'm not. But... yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like some of those really good fights, like earlier on, like the first one where Madoka and everyone appeared was a really good fight.
Oh,
and then the one between, what's the blue girl's name?
Which blue girl? There's like 3 now.
Yachio and the other girl. I thought those fights were actually a little bit better than these last ones. Like, those ones looked so good. So I can kind of see what you're saying about, like, this last, like, episode 6, like, not looking as good. I think it still looks good. Like, when you think about the original Madoka series, I think it didn't always look as great as those 2 battle scenes that we saw.
Yeah, they threw a lot of budget in there.
I mean, there's a reason why there's a big meme on the community called Maguka frames, where it's just you like pause a bad Shaft image and you get the Maguka frames. I don't get me wrong. Obviously, I have a lot of love for Shaft and the original show, but
yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Every show has those. I mean, we went into the stuff with Naruto a little bit.
And I mean, I think the art, like the aesthetics and just the artistry of the first show was great. But yeah, it still has some weird frames and stuff. And like I said, I don't think any of the battles were quite as good as like the 2 that we saw early on in this series.
Like the clothesline one.
Yeah,
I think especially
looked really
that
good.
one.
It almost seemed like they almost seem more powerful than they did in the original, which I think we talked about. But I think it was the animation that made it seem that way. But I still thought these last 3 episodes looked really good. I like the stuff with her name's Surno, right?
Yeah, the greatest magical girl of all time. You
Yeah,
can also call her that.
I
She's
thought
the goat.
that was nice, like how they wrapped up
Or no.
her story.
She's the mightiest magical girl of all time.
Right. But at times it felt a little like the power of friendship kind of cliche a bit, but I'm guessing there's another shoe that's gonna drop that kind of has that Madoka like darkness to it that might fit better to me. I don't know. The power of friendship's fine and everything, but I don't know. It felt a little hokey, but I don't know. I like how they did it with Surno, but I felt like overall it was fine, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we got 5 episodes for that shoe to drop, and I feel like we're going to get a lot of reveals with that, because I think leading up to this, you had, I forget their names. It's Wheelchair Girl and Umbrella Girl.
Nemu and Toka.
Don't know which is which, so I'm just going to call them
Nemu's
Wheelchair
the girl in the
and...
wheelchair, and
Okay.
Teku's the one with the... She's the evil one, just got the high squeaky voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Her, I think, was being, like, set up kind of for the bait and switch.
Right.
For a while of, like... Because she's the one on the intercom. She's the one calling the shots, telling everybody what to do. And I don't even think she knows fully what's going on. But she's, like... They clearly think that they can save the world by destroying the world or something.
Yeah. That's why I think that this happy part with Surino and everything, like, seeming better is probably, like, a false happy ending sort of outlook on it, because we know Walpurgis is going to go down and all that other stuff.
Oh, it's going to go down,
I mean,
but that's part
is
of a
it,
whole
though?
other story at this point.
I think...
Yeah, they're gonna go
I think
up against...
Walpurgisnacht's gone.
Yeah, it's gone to
Walpurgisnacht's
Matikihara
not-
City.
Well,
Yeah,
no, it's not gonna. It's not gonna come
gone.
into this show.
No,
It's-
no.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they're going
Which-
to battle Witch Eve.
Oh.
Can I say I'm
It's
a
not
little...
Walpurgis?
No, it's a giant moth thing now.
Oh.
I'm a little disappointed. I wanted a giant witch kaiju battle between the giant moth and Walpurgisnacht. I thought that would have been really cool, but I get why it's not going to happen, because it would probably destroy the world, but still, just the thought. It's the cool thought. You know, it's interesting. We had, like, in the opening to this, we actually see her fighting the giant moth thing. What's it called? The embryo or something?
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, so of course we wouldn't get to see that this season. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on, because, like, up until this... Well, I guess not up until this point. I think we did know that these other two knew about Iroha's sister. But, like... I don't know. What's-her-face is leading up to a big reveal probably in the first episode of season 3. And...
Yeah, the first episode is going to be a backstory episode. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be a good backstory episode where we finally learn the
Yeah,
things that
that'd
we're
be
wanting to
good.
learn since episode
Didn't
1.
say it'd be bad. I just think it's going to be, backstory.
I'm kind of excited for that, because the stuff...
Yeah.
That secret, I think, is the most one of the most interesting things to me about the show is, like, what is with the sister.
It's the inciting thing of the whole show.
So it's like, I'm actually really excited to see the backstory of that. I think it'll be interesting.
I mean, and I'm wondering what the larger plan is. I know they've said the thing about we're going to unleash the Doppel system all over the planet, but, like, is that the real plan? Or is that just what Wheelchair told Loudmouth? Because I don't know that Loudmouth is fully in the know, you know?
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah, not to mention that Kurohei wanted to get involved, but she was like, something was telling her, no, not you don't get involved or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what was up with that? Have we seen that before? Her little... That better get explained. Yeah, 'cause she had, like... I mean, she had her Doppel thing going, but she also had, friggity frackin' some sort of, like... You know, I'm actually almost wondering. Here's the weird thing. It looked like Iroha, like Iroha's costume, but it didn't look like Iroha. It kind of looked a little bit like her. I'm almost wondering if it's like her evil dark half that's like the personality of her Doppel or something. Because I feel like Iroha was also sort of dealing with that whenever she was grappling with her evil side thing.
But wouldn't it look more like her then? And not like Iroha?
I kind of think it looks like her, but dressed as Iroha. Because I think... What is her name? What's not Homer's name?
Kurohei.
Kurohei at least from these past couple episodes, I think she, for whatever reason, kind of idolizes Iroha a little bit. Because
okay,
of
so
course
yeah,
a
no,
Homura
she's definitely
does.
another not Homura.
Yes.
Got it.
Every Homura has to idolize a Madoka. So this not Homura is idolizing not Madoka, so her her Tyler Durden dresses like Iroha. That's my interpretation. I could be very wrong. I've been wrong about many things. But I might be right today. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm unsure. But I'm unsure about a lot of things with this.
Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know how to predict what's going to happen. Every time I think I know what's going to happen, it doesn't. So it's just kind of like, I'm just going to go with the flow at this point.
Oh, you're just going to leave me to the crazy theories, aren't you? Well, I theorized that Nezuko, what was her name? Wheelchair Girl?
Nemu.
Nemu.
Nezuko.
Nemu is Iroha's sister.
No.
Yes. Maybe? No. There never was a sister. Iroha is her own sister.
Dun, dun, dun.
Give it time. It'll click.
So, I guess maybe this went over my head. You mentioned that the baby QB is an Uwasa?
Yeah, we've seen, at least in these couple episodes, sometimes with the, anyone who's infused with an Uwasa, or, when an Uwasa activates, I'm going to call them rumors. Uwasa doesn't feel right in my mouth every time I say it. Every time one of the rumors activates, they have, I don't know what to call them. JoJo words? Like the little sound effect words.
Oh, you mean the little...
What are those called in comics? There's a
the
term
sound effect
for it.
bubbles?
Yeah. There's a word for that. It's lost on me. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they have those little, dread and doom, whatever, kanji pop up. And right before, they cut away, that baby QB was covered in, the rumor art stuff.
Oh, well, maybe it's because it's part of the rumor that there are no QBs in Kamihama City.
There you go. It's a rumor. It's not real. That or it's infused with rumor and thus got smaller. I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to explain it again. Or maybe they won't, and I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm not sure. There's a lot of possibilities here.
I don't know. I'm still wondering where the sister is in all this.
I mean, maybe you were right. Maybe it's the QB.
Maybe.
Or maybe. I'm still wondering, because, again, they're going to explain it at some point. But, was it Iroha's wish? Because, she wished something and then the sister disappeared. But she wished that she was better. Unless that wasn't really her wish and we've been lied to this whole time.
Well, the thing is maybe making her a QB would make the sister better because they can't get sick.
But why would you wish your sister into a QB?
Maybe she didn't know that that's what would happen.
Well, again, it's kind of be careful what you wish for because you don't really always know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about this before, but curing a disease is not hard for QBs to do. They literally reconnected all the nerves in that one kid's arm, which feels more difficult than maybe curing an infection or something. I don't know. I don't know how bad she was.
Do they always necessarily take the most logical route, and also do they necessarily always do 100% what you expect?
See,
Can they do weird things?
I get the monkey's paw element of things. I do, but it's usually not in regard to completing the wish. It's usually the aftermath of it. Yeah,
I get that.
Again, the thing with Kyosuke was Sayaka's I wish he was better. They fixed his arm. But as a result of being a magical girl, she can no longer be with him, which is what she was really wanting. That's the monkey's paw. But again, his arm is fine.
But again, why would she be gone if they were just going to cure her?
That's why I'm thinking she didn't wish for a cure, and we've been maybe lied to.
Where did she hear that her wish was to cure her sister again? I can't remember.
No, I feel like it was in season 1, but I'm not gonna go look back. I don't know. It's that, or it was assumed by the audience. We could be sitting on a Kanata no Astra situation, spoilers for Kanata no Astra, where we thought that they were trying to get back to Earth. Because no one ever said the word Earth. They were just like, we gotta go home. And we all jumped to the conclusion that they meant Earth, and they didn't. Like, I don't know.
I'm wondering...
Let us know in the comments if she did say what her wish was. Because that will determine whether we are assuming things or whether she's a liar. Or whether the QBs are really pulling some shit.
I'm wondering if... Because they showed the picture, and it's just the three of them.
Yeah, and like...
Whether or not this... Did the sister actually exist?
Well, that's what I'm wondering a little bit. Like, because the way her arm is, it looks like it's wrapped around a person who's not there, or it's reaching out in a bizarre way to Wheelchair Girl. I don't know. Like,
but either way, the other two know that she did something.
Yeah, she did something that messed with shit, and then they messed with shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know what these other two girls, what their wishes were. Oh. Here's a thought. What if Iroha wished her sister better, but at the same time, someone else made a wish that ended up making her disappear? And she ended up blaming herself for it for no reason. Just because it was purely out of coincidence. What if Wheelchair Girl got rid of her?
But then why is Wheelchair Girl the one who, like, set up the scenario for the cherry blossom tree where the four of them meet again?
Is it the four of them?
Yeah, it's four chairs. 4 chairs under the cherry blossom tree.
Okay, I was going to go off like some sort of like she wanted to be Iroha's sister, so she had to get rid of the other one, but that seems debunked now. Could have been interesting, though.
Yeah. I'm wondering...
I'm wondering what their wishes are now, though.
I'm wondering...
I mean, they clearly made wishes. They're magical girls. And then got very disenfranchised with the whole magical girl franchise and wanted to, like, topple the whole thing down. As you do. They're just a little more industrious with it, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe it's Kuroe's fault. I don't know.
That could be possible.
Well, because I'm thinking if, like, she's... going off of what you said earlier, if she's, like, idolizing Iroha, maybe she got rid of the sister. And maybe that's the thing that's following her around.
So I had the right idea, wrong person.
Maybe. I don't know.
Could
I'm
be
just
interesting.
spouting shit off right now.
Hey, man, that would haunt you.
I mean, yeah, but also... I've had a bit to drink, so I'm just spouting shit right now.
I haven't, and I feel like I should. I feel like there's people who played the game listening to this right now who are going like, no, that's not it!
Yeah, they're probably just shaking their computer screens like, you guys are such idiots!
Don't comment spoilers. I want to be surprised. I want to... When I'm wrong, I want to really know that I'm wrong because I found out that I'm wrong the fun way.
I actually haven't been looking at the comments lately because I'm like, I don't want to know.
We haven't done this in a few weeks, so there haven't been that many.
Well, for any of the episodes for this season, really.
No, people have been good. There's not really any spoilers or anything. Mostly people just talking about like what they also liked, I think. So. Yeah, that's mostly what we have right now. We had some cool fights. We had some character development for characters who I'm hoping are going to be relevant to the rest of the series. But like right now, it's looking like the main show is just going to be Iroha and the two girls. And possibly the sister, but we don't know. And Kuroe's doing something. We don't know what. She's dealing with things, as we all are.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to talk about here.
I mean, I think we've covered most of everything.
Yeah. I don't know. Overall, these episodes have been kind of short.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm still, like, there was 4 of these episodes. But to be fair, it might have actually worked out for us a little bit to be talking about these 4 episodes, like, all together as opposed to individually. Because week to week, this was mostly a battle and a backstory kind of thing.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, kind of condensing them a little bit might work out in our favor a little bit. What, other than finding things out, what might we look forward to in season 3? I definitely want to see the battle against the Embryo Witch.
Mm-hmm.
If there's going to be one, or maybe it's just going to poof out of existence. Maybe the Embryo Witch is the sister. This is slowly turning into just Guess Who, and it's just...
Yeah.
Just who's the sister?
Yes, who is the sister? Do they have long hair? Do they wear glasses? Is it the witch? Are they a monster?
Yeah.
It's going to be none of our theories. I don't know. Who all do you think is going to make it for the big battle at the end? Do we think at this point, because we haven't really had a whole lot of them yet, who's going to die?
Okay, is Monica still gonna die?
Oh yeah, Monica left town to die. But this is part of one of those timelines that doesn't work out for Homura. So, yeah.
Okay.
But like we know that
matters
stuff. We
anyway,
know
yeah.
that more or less everyone from the away team is dying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking of the people of our regulars,
Yeah.
Yachio, Surino, Iroha, Kuroe, the others. Who's going out? Because on the one hand, my thought is these are characters in a video game that you can collect. None of them can die. That doesn't make sense. But then, part of me is also like, they didn't say they're going to go past season 3. So, if they wanted to leave an impact, they could kill some people. I don't know, but I'm saying there could be a possibility here.
I don't know.
I'm trying
I feel like the leader, I feel like she's probably gonna die somehow.
Well, that's villains, man. I'm talking about like who on the heroes is gonna die.
I was wondering a little bit about Yachio because she had a pretty big arc and her original wish was a little bit more self-centered, so I could see her maybe sacrificing herself.
I
was thinking the same thing.
Going. Plus, she's kind of
which is sad because she's my favorite character. So
I like her too. I think she's really good.
Let's also throw out there, if we're making parallels from teams, she's usually considered the mammy, and mammies die a lot.
Right.
So, I think good money's on Yachio right now. Honestly, I'd probably put money on Iroha as well.
Yeah, she's Madoka, so...
Yeah, not that Madoka died in the last series. But, well, she did a lot. Yeah. But, like, by the end of the series, she didn't die so much as transcend reality.
True.
But this one, I don't know. There could be, like, some sort of, like, some shit goes down and you end up either maybe sacrificing yourself for your sister to live.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you can make a double wish, but, hey, anything's possible in Kamehama.
I mean, maybe they find a way to put all the Owasis they have in the bulbs to rest so that one girl that got transformed, she'll probably pass on.
Let's be clear. Those are not Owasis. Those are Doppels.
Oh, Doppels.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The Owasis are the pseudo-witch lair rumor places.
Okay, so I think the away team will... Or not the away team. The main team will... find a way to put all the Doppels to rest, and I think that one girl that transformed, I think she'll be put to rest. That's my guess.
That's a lot of people you're killing off. I was kind of thinking they were going to get, like, someone's going to pull a sacrifice. Maybe, you know what? What about the Coordinator? Coordinator sacrifices themselves to save all the Doppels and redeems themselves in the process. Because they're kind of an asshole. A little bit.
Nah.
Yeah, not as impactful as maybe Yachio. I feel like we're starting a Deadpool or something. I don't know. You know, it's like a lot of possibilities lay before us, and we have no indication of what those possibilities are going to turn into yet. Tough times. Good show. Tough times.
Yeah. I think it's been really interesting so far.
Animation and fights have been cool. I think the only complaint about that was like episode 4 or something, that kind of like they really got into using close-ups. I think that was it.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me so much, but I can see what you're saying.
I don't know. It turned into a bit of a Michael Bay film for me.
No, there wasn't any ass shots and racist undertones.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Mm.
I can't think what else to discuss. Everybody
I'm gonna be
more or
real-
less got saved, I guess.
I'm gonna be real honest. While we did watch 4 episodes, like, there isn't really a lot to talk about.
It was kind of just a big fight with some backstory added and set up for the final season.
Yeah, the thing is like, as we're talking about this right now, I actually forgot a lot about what happened in these past 4 episodes, because I think I was just, like, underwhelmed, I think.
I almost wonder, like, part of it, and like I've kind of heard this as well, like in regard to things like binging, which is kind of what I think at least you and me and Yin did with these. Envy, you were watching week to week, I know.
Yeah.
There's kind of some people who are like, yeah, binging is really good and it's really fun. You get all that stuff. But because you're not sitting with any individual episode, you don't retain as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I guess can make it difficult if you're like just trying to talk about everything at once. Because like it is all kind of, for me, meshing together a little bit. Because it is, but again, like this is all sort of one big sequence to some degree. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do the last 5 episodes, because 5 episodes is not a lot of time to make a whole lot of setup or anything, which granted, it doesn't really need a whole lot of setup. This whole season sets it up. But I don't know if they're just gonna do it kind of like... What I would like is if they did it sort of like the series finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where the last 4 episodes are just like a TV movie kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would be
That's
ideal.
basically what it is. I mean, if it's 23 minutes an episode times 5, that's around the length of a movie.
That's 115 minutes.
So yeah, that's basically one way you can look at it.
Yeah. Hour and...
115 minutes, that's an hour and 55 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hopefully they do it like that. Or if they don't, they don't. Cool either way. As long as we get our answers, man. That's all I want. And I'm sure we'll get them. Anywho, any last thoughts about this before we call it?
No.
Not really.
I'm excited for the next part.
Yeah. Just gotta wait like 2 months,
Yeah.
and we'll figure that out. I'm like trying to think. 5 episodes, unless they're like gonna double up maybe for like the first or last week, it's probably gonna lead into January. Because like there's only gonna be like 4 weeks in December. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how that's gonna break down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it. No more Magia record until December, or whenever they announce a full thing for when it's gonna come out, and we get all that ready to go. Don't forget, this week we also watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, because it's anime, and we're going to be watching Scooby-Doo for the rest of the month. Next week is The Witch's Ghost, with Tim Curry and the Hex Girls, and a whole bunch. These are some really good movies. These have been like really fun to rewatch a little bit. Yeah, so check that out. Check out the other thing that came out today. Check out all of our other stuff. Yeah. You guys have a good one. Have a wonderfully spooky season, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!